From the days when slaves would gather in private to worship God to standing tall in 2023, Taylor Memorial AME Church has been a place many in West Columbia, in the Columbia community as well, that they call home. This month, the church is celebrating 155 years of being in service. News 19's Nate Stanley took a trip there today and has more on its humble beginnings and path through the years.
I'm a firm believer that God has a plan and a purpose for each and every one of our lives, as He does so for this church.
Reverend Kenneth Taylor is the senior pastor at Turner Memorial AME Church in West Columbia. Over his 16 years at the head of the church, he's learned about the legacies packed within its history. The church is celebrating its 155th birthday this month. However, Taylor says the actual age of the church is likely decades or even a century older, with its original purpose being an underground church.
A group of slaves would meet and worship God, at night in a bush harbor, and other times discreetly.
Over time, the church moved locations in West Columbia, building its current location, he says, in the 1940s and renovating it in the 80s. A century later, Taylor has the opportunity to look back on the church's history, remaining a place of worship even through some of the worst times in the country's history.
I think, it's of course the grace of God that has kept us as a congregation through Jim Crow, through civil rights, even through the pandemic.
He tells me the church, which started in those small groups of 20 people, has now grown and has a member list of over 420 individuals, with an average of 200 that show up on Sunday.
Turner is a church that has a heart for God's people, and we continuously lift up people.
He adds the church, like many others, has made a mission out of serving the Midland's most at-risk and unreached populations, at one point being the place of worship for staff at the Lakeview High School, a segregated school in the early 1900s.
We believe that this ministry is built upon that rock called Jesus Christ, and it will last forever.
Reporting in West Columbia, Nate Stanley, News 19, WLTX.